Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. I'm Alina Neely, and thanks for clicking on this video and watching it. For today, we're going to be doing this smoky eye fiery look with a blue under eye. So stay tuned and keep watching if you want to know how to do this look. Okay, so first things first, we're going to be going in with the Urban Decay Oil Control Setting Spray. I'm just going to be using this as my primer. I'm just going to let that soak in. For foundation today, we're going to be using the L'Oreal Paris Infallible Pro Glow Foundation in the shade 202 Creamy Natural. Just going to be placing some on my hand and then putting dots all around my face. I'm going to try to avoid the eye areas, so when I put concealer on, it's not like doubling the cakey feature, I guess you could say. Now that we have placed our foundation on our face, I'm going to be going in with the Beauty Blender, and I'm just going to be pretty much like bouncing it around all over my face to move the product everywhere. So now that we have our foundation all on, we are going to go next in with concealer. For concealer, I'm using the Maybelline New York Master Conceal by Face Studio in the shade 20 Light. We're going to be placing this in our under eye. So under our eye, in the middle of our forehead, on the bridge of our nose, a little bit on top of the lip, Ariana, and just a little on the chin. Now I'm going to go in with the Beauty Blender and just blend all of it out. Now that I have my concealer all blended out, I'm going to be going with the Ari Spun Loose Face Powder and just placing it where I placed my concealer at. Now that I have my concealer all set in place with the loose powder, I'm going to be going in with the Kat Von D Shed and Light palette. We're going to be contouring our cheekbones, our nose, and our forehead. I'm going in with the e.l.f. brush 105, and I'm just going to start from the middle of my ear, and then I'm just going to go down. Now that I'm done contouring, I'm going to go back into the loose powder and just chisel out the contour some more. Once you've placed your loose powder under your contour, go ahead and just wipe off or brush off the excess powder that you had already put on under your eye and on your forehead and your nose. When you have all that brushed off, go ahead and go back and get your concealer and place small dots on your eyes. We're going to be priming our eyes today with concealer instead of an eye primer. Helpful tip, if you don't have any eye primer, you can always use concealer. It literally works the same, or if you don't want to spend any of your money on any eye primer. We're just going to be blending that out on our eyelid. Once you have all that blended out, you're going to take a fluffy brush, dip it into your loose powder, and just set the concealer. Now that I have that set, I'm going to go ahead and do my eyebrows, but I'm going to do them off camera.
Just wait on it. I'm not ever going to post. I'm freaking
Tea sis. Now that I have my eyebrows on and they are on fleek, that made me cringe. Now that they're on, I'm going to screw y'all up just a little bit so y'all can see what is going on in the eye area. Actually, the funny thing is, tomorrow, January the 3rd at 8 a.m, they are restocking these palettes and the brushes, and he randomly signed 500 palettes and 50 brush sets. So I think y'all need to go and buy this palette because this palette is gorgeous. And what other palette would you want to buy? Exactly. Okay, we're going to be using the James Charles palette today for this eye look, and maybe a few other palettes. But this one will be our main one. First, we're going to be going in with the Jaclyn Hill palette just to get a transition shade. A light transition shade. I'm going to be taking this color up here and just putting it pretty much all over my eyelid. The first shadow that we're going to be dipping into is Code James. It's going to hurt my heart just to... Okay. We're just going to be putting this in our outer corner just to give it some definition. And just to deepen that, I'm going to be using these 3 shades for the outer corner, but to deepen this a little more, I'm going to be going in with 10% off and putting that on top of Code James. I'm just going to kind of pack it on there first and then blend it out. Once you've put 10% off on top of Code James, the next color we're going to be going into is No Beans. This is going to deepen the inner corner, and that's what's going to give us our smoky eye. After you have blended No Beans out, just take a regular blending brush and just blend out the outside of the look just to give it a more prettier, you know. This week has gone by so freaking fast, and I have to go to school next week, and I'm not ready for that. I've been out of school for the past 2 weeks, I think. I don't know. It feels so long, like I'm ready to go back, but I'm not ready to go back. I just want to stay home and read and not be bothered by so many people.
Because so many people bother you.
Yes, Ariana, a whole bunch of people bother me. And then my best friend is moving next week to go to a different school. Shout out to Julia. That's her name. I'm gonna miss her. I think we're all gonna miss her at the school. But it's for the better. It's for the better. So far, so good. I haven't done a crazy look in a while, so this is gonna be very interesting to see how this turns out. I'm gonna go and put in a little bit of No Beans in the corner just to make it a little bit darker than what it already is. The next palette I'm gonna be going into is the Morphe 35O palette. I'm gonna be taking this orange shade up in the top corner, and I'm putting that in the middle of my eyelid. I'm going to go back into 10% off on the James Charles palette and just putting that right back into our outer corner just to bring back that definition. Now going back into the James Charles palette again with a bullet brush, I'm going to be diving into B, which is this bright, bright yellow. And we're going to be using this in our inner corner today to give it like a fiery, smoky eye type look. For the next palette, just to bring in a little bit of gold and glitter into it, I'm taking the BH Cosmetics Weekend Festival palette. This palette is like gorgeous. All the colors in it are like crazy colorful. The shimmers in it work so freaking good. Like, I use this palette religiously. So to bring this yellow out, I'm going to be using this like really yellow goldish looking shimmer called Euphoria. I'm just going to be using my finger. Most of the time when you use your finger for shimmers, they work better. I don't know why, they just do. But I'm going to be putting this in the inner corner where I have placed my yellow. if you want to be really precise with the shimmer and where you want to put the shimmer, you can go in and use a small compacted brush like this and dip into the color and just place it wherever you want. But I like to use my finger, but when it comes to like the inner corner right here, I will use a small compacted brush, which I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna wait to do the inner corner. So this is a little messy under my eye, so I'm just gonna take a brush, any kind of brush that you use to swipe off powder, and I'm just gonna wipe this excess eyeshadow. Now for the under eye, I really want to go in with just a pop of color, so I'm gonna be going, I think I might be using a blue. I'm not sure what kind of blue yet though. I'm really debating between the colors Cola and Brother. They're both really pretty blues, and I just want to dig into both of them. Oh my gosh. But we can't. So I think I'm going to go in with Cola. I think that's going to go really good with this eye look. And I can do a little bit of Brother in the inner corner. And yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Okay. I'm going to be diving into Cola first. This is just with the little tiny flimsy brush. It's not a compact brush. So this is really going to work for the under eye. I'm going to start in the outer corner and then work my way in. Alright, we're going to clean this under eye up. Take that excess eyeshadow off. I had totally forgot about this loose powder that I put under my contour. Oh gosh. That is one thing that you cannot forget, y'all. You cannot forget your loose powder, or you're going to be walking around looking like whatever. I don't even know, a clown. I can't even say a clown. Now I'm going to go back in with the BH Cosmetics Festival palette, and I'm going to put the same exact gold that I put on the inner corner and put it in right here, just to give it more of a pop of color and bring out the yellow a little bit more. Now that is the eye look. I'm going to go ahead and do the other eye off camera, and then I'm going to come back to put on lashes and anything else that I have forgotten. I have officially done both eyes. Now I'm going to put on some mascara, some lashes, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've already put on lashes and mascara, and I did put some blue mascara on the bottom of my lashes. It's the L'Oreal Paris Voluminous Original. It's literally just blue. That's what I use for my bottom lashes. And so now I'm going to put on some blush and highlight. For blush, I'm using the blush from Milani called Luminoso and a Morphe M179 brush. Okay, so for highlight, I'm not really sure what highlight I want to use. I have a whole bag full of highlighters that are my favorite. But I kind of want to like glow to the god. I think I'm going to be using the Artist Couture loose powder highlighter in the shade Illuminati. For loose powder highlights, I like to use fan brushes. It's, I don't know, it puts it on more easier, whatever, in my opinion. Just gonna take my fan brush, dip it in there, take a little bit off because that was too much, and then I'm gonna go and put it on my cheekbones right here. The good thing about this highlighter is that you can pack it on, so if you want a subtle glow, you have a subtle glow. If you want a blinding glow, you just keep packing it on. And that's what I like to do. I like to pack it on there because I like my highlighter to be blinding, sister. We love a blinding sister. That just made me cringe. My ears ain't my shoulders. My shoulders ain't my ears. I don't know if y'all can see that, but look at that. I think I'm gonna go and put some highlighter on my brow bone, and I think we're gonna be done with the look, except we need a little lippy. I'm not sure what color I want to use yet, but we'll see. Okay, so I applied highlighter to my brow bone, and I'm gonna be going in with the NYX Butter Gloss, but this one is just gonna give a hint of color to my lips. So this is the final look, and I'm actually pretty happy of how it turned out. I don't think I would have wanted it to turn out a different way. Well, that was the final look, and I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Bye!
Hi guys, it's Ariana here, and welcome back to my channel. Blue. And goodbye.